Hello and welcome back to Boring Dead Gaming, where today we're going to be playing some more Rogue Trader. So, we're almost ready to go over and sort of pursue the Factorum sensor, or whatever he was called, but we do have a couple of things here. Let's talk to this dying tech priest. This pile of human remains, carelessly tossed together, emits a suffocating stench. The torn, gutted bodies once belonged to tech priests, but you cannot spot even a glint of metal anywhere. All their implants are gone. Suddenly, one of the ravaged bodies makes the tiniest movement. The tortured man's lips move ever so slightly, his half-closed eyelids twitching. Yeah, approach. The man can barely breathe without his respirator implant. It is a miracle he survived the horrific vivisection, but it takes you a single look at the gaping wounds where the augment was ripped out to realize death is only a matter of time. As if having sensed your presence, the half-dead man looks at you and sharply inhales the hot air.
Machine spirit, deliver me.
The binaric requiem coming from Pascal's Vox sounds solemn and grim. Upon hearing it, the man's mutilated face twists into a weak semblance of a smile. Who did this to you?
My comrades.
The voice is barely audible. It seems each word takes a great deal of effort.
Machine spirit, has the Omnissiah truly abandoned us? Yavagama has fallen into the maw of the eternal enemy. The holy Magi, they succumbed to heresy. The rest were stripped of their true flesh to feed the heresy. Preserve us, deliver me from erring. Sacrifice living blood from vessels of the true flesh, while their heart is still beating. After that, oblivion.
His eyes grow glassy.
I knew you would come. I've waited so very long. Deliver me from my torment.
What a horrible fate, to be betrayed by one's own.
I attest that the 3 categorical requirements for assigning the status of Martyr of the Faith have been met. Opposition to the enemy, preservation of adherence to dogma, and a brutal death. Requesting the right to extract the subject's organic matter for it to be used in the creation of an honorable servo skull.
The man, who is minutes from death, wheezes weakly.
It's an honor. I am thankful for the right to serve.
Well, Pascal, yeah, do it. Leaning over the dying man, Pascal, in a decisive yet surprisingly respectful motion, cuts his throat. Wielding a long scalpel, it takes him mere moments to release the cervical vertebrae from the hold of muscles and sinew, and cut the vertebrae, severing the head from the body. We've received a picture recorder servo skull.
Let your service continue, tech comrade.
Okay, so what does that do? What we've just got? Ah. Okay, it's a consumable designed to spread the glory and splendor of its mighty owner. Okay, it's not exactly clear. Let's stick it in. Let's stick it in there. And wait, where did it go? There it is. It appears to be following Heinrichs, but I presume it's going to be following me.
There is a fervor in my soul.
Yeah, okay, cool. But we've got this check here as well. We'll do it on Pascal, obviously. The device, now evidently used to chop bodies into pieces, was once an ordinary cooling fan. What are those? Like cannons or something. Okay. Right, well... Have I looked at this? I can't remember. Yes, I think so. So this means we can get over here now. The boss was talking to us. Where is that linked up? Over here. There'll probably be others. Yeah, okay, well let's, alright, let's go this way then.
Let's seize the opportunity.
Another multi-key, that's good. The Cogitator's panel has dozens of breakers, buttons, handles, switches and other control mechanisms. View the log. You discover the local data crypt with contents collected by either previous operators or the machine spirit itself. Using your access, you study the archives stored on this Cogitator. Sure, we'll work down. Supply protocol. At first glance, the records look like a typical shipping report, but after further reading it becomes apparent that the focus here is not ore or assembly parts, but augments extracted from living tech priests, and spent mass, the flesh of the victims killed either during or for the sake of machine rituals. The production log looks damaged, the lines are uneven and some of the values seem impossible. After a few minutes of studying the records, you feel your head begin to swim. Stored data can only be comprehended by a twisted mind touched by chaos corruption. Ascension Protocol. This record looks like a sermon of some mad chaos worshipper. The log, clearly written from someone else's words, mentions the heart that exudes virtue and the cradle that rocks the child of truth. Okay. Let's try this way, but let's be a little wary about traps. Oh, there was another one there, was there? Interesting.
I
My
tread a
warp
path
sight reveals
unexplored.
something.
Yeah, well, we can get rid of this one.
The Emperor favors me today. Never doubt me. I better
The world
myself
There we go.
through my
trembles beneath
service.
my feet.
Oh yeah, this is where he was standing, wasn't it? So what's this then? Oh. Cool. So was there? That might be something. Let's spin the wheel again before we try and follow him. The system accepts the access codes. The clanging of moving bolts indicates that the door has been unlocked. Okay, and what was over here then? Oh no. I was gonna say I might go back because I thought that would be like a little store cupboard or something, but obviously not. Yeah, let's go back out then. I think this is probably the main way forward. So let's explore the rest of the stuff. Okay, yeah, let's spin the wheel and we'll have a look up here. Go this way. It's pretty big this way as well.
Intriguing.
Okay. What about down here?
Nothing escapes
Oh,
my
what have we got?
sight.
Got a trap. One that's done over there. Okay, well let's not go that way then.
Embrace true power.
Oh, okay, so we can't avoid that trap. Interesting thing. Okay,
The
well let's
world
continue around
will
this way for now.
bow.
What's this? A desecrated altar to the Omnissiah. The purity seals have been torn off. The data slates with sacred code shattered, and some of the teeth on the gear adornments broken
I
off.
tread a path unexplored.
Okay, so that's where we came in, isn't it? Yeah, we need to get our warp lore higher, don't we? I'll come there in a sec. I'm just going to go up here first. What have we got? It's saving. It's auto-saved. That can't be good. Tough cultists up there. Right over here. In there. Release the car brake. Okay, I don't really know what I'm doing, to be honest. I'm just looking around.
The world trembles beneath my feet.
But if we come over here, what's this about a car brake? Oh, okay. Can I reach this? Oh, I can. Manual valve. Okay. Feels like there's going to be a puzzle going on here. Not quite sure for why, but... Here we've got another, looks like a fight down there. Maybe this is the main way to go. Maybe I should go back. I don't know. Well, let's just continue with this for now.
Unexpected result.
Okay, so that's done. Now what happens if we do this? Okay, well let's grab that one as well, I suppose. Okay, I've got two of those now.
Powers unseen uncover my
I'm assuming that's a good thing.
path. Let's seize the
What's
opportunity.
going on with this one? The car is filled with the refuse, broken pieces of spare parts, chopped up lumps of flesh, bits of wire and other rubbish. Okay.
I see the forbidden.
Ooh, hello. Adaptive flak vest. This is medium armor. Hang on, it's got quite a long description. Grants the wearer +3 deflection and +15% armor at the beginning of every combat. During the first 3 rounds, the bonus deflection is reduced by -1 and -5% at the end of each round. Okay, so you get that bonus at the beginning, but then it kind of wears off. Base armor property. 10% armor whereas intellect is more than 55. Okay, that's possible for Cassia, actually. Although she is wearing quite a good armor at the moment. Did it say intelligence? I think it did. Oh, I dropped it. Oh no, don't say it's destroyed. Oh god. Oh no, it's down there still. Intellect more than 55. Okay, so who does that apply to? Not me. Not Heinrichs. Ah, could apply to Pascal, interestingly. He's only wearing this sort of basic holy vestment still, isn't he? Logic times 10% armor, divided by 10% armor. So he's getting 8% armor. And then tech use. Okay, well we'll see how this affects that. So his armor at the moment is 38%, deflection 1. Oh well, yeah, that is quite a lot more, isn't it? So he loses 2 tech use, but he's got way more armor now. I think that's good. I mean, oh, Cassie, I thought Cassie's intellect was higher. Cool. Okay, well that was basically made for Pascal then, isn't it? Yes, that plus 10% armor, that's good, isn't it? Plus he'll get more at the beginning of combat, so that's good. A bit tankier now. So it looks like there's going to be enemies down here.
Intriguing.
Yeah, I'm wondering. I should go back. Maybe it was just a little bonus side area over that bridge. I'm going to go back and check it. Because I thought this would be the... I don't know, I thought this would be the little bonus area over the bridge, but it's clearly not, so... maybe not there. How do I get back to where I was?
I tread a path unexplored.
Desecrate... Oh no, we saw that one.
The world will bow.
Right, okay, let's check this out. Okay. Pretty grim. What have we got?
The world trembles beneath my feet.
The screen of this cogitator shows a scrolling line of repeating technolingua. Staring at the obscure symbols gives you a headache. The screen of this cogitator shows us... Oh yes, the same thing. Are they all going to be the same? Ooh. Numerous wires and pipes run to the filthy cages, which are filled with what looks like a conglomeration of human bodies. You cannot make out who is in the cage, but bright blue sparks flash intermittently in the darkness, while the mass of flesh twitches and shudders. Heinrichs casts a scrutinizing eye over one of the cages before withdrawing his weapon and approaching to examine what lies inside. Careful, Heinrichs. Look at it. Heinrichs gestures towards the cage closest to you. Through the metal bars, you see it truly is a pile of human bodies, or something that used to be. The monstrously deformed bodies are fused together in places while others were severed using saws and knives, leaving wounds seeping pus and slime, wounds that are agglutinating and sprouting tendons. Rods connected to wires that run to a nearby cogitator bristle across the flesh. One of the human heads turns to you. Mercy! Even attempting to speak causes the mutant pain, but he bears the agony and forces out the words, Mercy! Make it stop. 50%, alright, we'll flip a coin on that. Succeed. You examine the pulsating mass of flesh. The creature in the cage seems to be composed of several bodies joined together. Well, we knew that. You see no sutures or any other means by which the separate parts could have been connected. Among the layers of meat, you can discern large knots of muscle, various limbs, exposed bones, parts of faces, and entire heads. Only warp sorcery is capable of creating such an abomination while preserving its ability to live on. Who are you? Foreman from Sector Hurts. Mercy. The mutant falls silent for a few moments, but then his voice comes back stronger. Foreman from Boiler 3. We're from the lower levels. The final words are drowned out by a moan. Heinrichs takes in his surroundings and once again fixes his attention on the contents of the nearest cage. I'm beginning to have some idea. The Lex mechanic mentioned the inhabitants of the lower levels who had been imprisoned in their homes. He said some of them were brought here. The cultists did something to these poor people in their own home, and now they are studying the result. The Lex mechanic talked about some kind of slag waste disposal and chaos symbols on machines. What are the archenemy's minions doing to the people of the lower levels? To know the workings of dark sorcery means allowing corruption into oneself. Heinrich scowls. These are warp mutations, no doubt. Perhaps there was some side effect, and that is why they were brought here, to be connected to sensors and cogitators. Even fallen tech priests who have rejected the Omnissiah are driven by a perverted hunger for knowledge. Why are they hooked up to cogitators? Heinrichs carefully studies the screens of the computing machines. Lingotechnus, corrupted by the scrap code, I'm sure. It's unlikely we will be able to extract anything of value from their data crypts. Thinking, Heinrichs clenches his fist and bites down on a knuckle, and then recoils when the mutant from the nearest cage reaches out a hand to him through the bars. You! A female face watches you from within the gloom of the cage. Even though half of her head has been turned into a mess of bones and lumpen growths, her single eye looks at you with a surprising amount of intelligence. You promised us! Her words are echoed by other voices in the depths of the cages. Heinrichs leans towards the cage, but at a sufficient distance to ensure that the mutant cannot reach him. Who are you talking to? What did they promise you? Who are they? You took us from the Inferno. You promised us a reward, you... Her face contorts in a grimace and the creature's lips stick together like melted wax. I'll be damned, they can still speak. They remember the people who did this to them. Heinrichs balls his fists in powerless rage, then he frowns in thought. Perhaps a little biomancy will allow us to draw the fragments of knowledge out of them, or it will trigger further changes. Not missing Pascal's sober interest in proceedings, which he is dutifully recording in a data slate, Abelard raises a brow. Esteemed Magos, these are your comrades. If I may ask, do you feel any compassion for them? Or at the very least regret? Regret for the losses that these poor people represent to the Adeptus Mechanicus?
Negative. What I'm currently observing is not my tech comrades, but merely their biologically functioning remains fashioned into a specimen of an unnatural perversion of technology. I am under no directives to feel any affinity for such specimens.
What do you want to do? My psycho abilities allow me to affect the human body. It is one of the most effective tools to use against individuals who resist questioning. But if you're suggesting that I want to use it, I think you're getting a little ahead of yourself. The effect of warp energy will likely lead to an explosive reaction. I do not know the precise mechanism of this mutation. The result could be even more monstrous than its current state. Yeah, let it go. Heinrich nods. I am inclined to relieve their suffering. Every moment of existence in such a state is pure torture for the people locked in these sheaths. Alright, it seems to me your mind's already made up. These people need deliverance from their suffering. Heinrich wavers for another moment and then leans over the cogitators. Each mutant has cables attached. I may not know the nature of these machines, but it isn't too difficult to increase the voltage. Ah, this switch here. You hear the crackle of electricity. The wires glow with blue sparks, and the creatures locked in the cages drop lifelessly to the floor. The sharp tang of burned meat hangs in the air. That's that, then. But you know what bothers me, Rogue Trader? The number of people here. There are too few. The lower levels of similar manufactorums are inhabited by millions. What happened to the rest of them? Heinrich shakes his head. I know I won't like the answer. Let's go. We still haven't done what we came here to do. Yikes.
Embrace true power.
Yeah, I think all these are going to say the same thing.
Intriguing.
Chatting away to each other. Data vault. Let's just check out the left and right before we go in and do that. No, nothing there. Okay, data vault. The massive cogitator grows out of the metal bulkheads like a grotesque tumor. A hollow roar sounds from deep within the metal housing. Whatever spurred the computer into action, it has enough power to supply a small command center. As soon as your eyes fall upon the cogitator, you feel a tingling in your temples. Every nook, every component of the machine radiates a sense of wrongness. One that is difficult to explain, but no less palpable for that. It is as though the construct itself defies the laws of physics and perspective. Heinrich makes a warning gesture. His voice, ringing slightly with tension, is threaded with disquiet. Stop, Dahlia von Brunicus. That is a creation of the archenemy. Don't go near it. You've done enough for me in my mission. Don't put yourself at risk now. As soon as Heinrich takes another step towards the cogitator, it emits a deafening shriek, like hundreds of metal needles driving into toughened glass, as though sensing the stranger. Wincing, Heinrich approaches the control panel and bends down toward the screens. Despite the heat clogging the room, you feel an ice-cold breeze. Heinrich is clearly using his psycho abilities to try to fend off the pernicious effects of the Chaos artifact.
The Omnissiah's grace has not touched this object. This mechanism was not desecrated, but born flawed and unnatural. Iron most profane.
Pascal unhurriedly produces a data slate.
Initiating observation log. Let not fear stand in the path of knowledge.
I'm going to keep my distance and wait. A minute passes and then another. You watch Heinrich examine the cogitator. His eyes scan the screens, his hands darting from the reel to the lever, sometimes hovering uncertainly over the next switch, which immediately receives a coating of frost. At some point you hear his voice, almost a whisper, barely audible above the clanging, roaring machine. Sacrifices. More and more sacrifices every minute. Heinrich looks at you, his eyes darker now, appearing almost black in his white face. Hecatomb determinans. The womb of this cursed machine is down on the lower levels. The auxiliary enumerator controls the system for delivering molten waste under the Manufactorum's main building. This cogitator is fueled by the energy harnessed from thousands of people, who are flowing beneath our feet as slag waste as we speak. But I cannot even imagine the reason for sacrificing all these people. It's inconceivable. Now we know why the Fabricator Censor prized this monster so highly. The cursed tech priest and his associates created something that went beyond the limits of the Omnissiah's power. This machine is designed to process myriad possibilities using warp sorcery. It has almost finished its task. It predicts the future, Dahlia von Brunicus. How is it even possible? Do not attempt to gain any insight into the essence of the machines corrupted by the archenemy. At least not if you value your soul. I have encountered the heretic's mechanical abominations before. To truly fathom their nature is to allow a particle of death into your heart. But the fruit they bear, no matter how abhorrent their instruments, the fruit they bear could be useful. His clouded gaze suddenly clears and he glares at the cogitator. No, the cult's filthy ravings are not worth that. What we can extract from his storage drives will be enough. We need to stop the cogitator for the sake of the people still alive down there. Heinrich vacillates for another second and then shakes his head as though clearing away mental fog. I almost succumbed to the archenemy's old trick. The lure of the unattainable, the primary of all the traps that chaos sets for unwary souls. Heinrich's movements are exact and purposeful, unlike his earlier operation of the cogitator. One after another, the cogitator screens fade to black, and the roar coming from inside the machine quietens to a barely perceptible howl, in which you imagine you hear notes of dejection. Heinrich bends over the keys and flinches as if from an electric shock. His head snaps back unnaturally, and you see his lips moving. The cogitator lets out a roar that grows louder by the second.
Your demise is assured.
And what have we got? Screamer of Tzinch. Okay. Well, we get to position at least. Let's just move Cassia back a little bit. Heinrich's. Yeah, let's just pop you back a bit. Argenta. Where am I? There I am. Good luck, our blood. Alright, Cassia. Well, let's put down like a melee zone on this thing.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
And we'll do like a range thing with these guys in it. Just go down a cover on ourselves.
I'm afraid not.
Yeah, it's unavailable. Why can't I just do it that way? Fine, we won't do it. Let's give a bonus go to Argenta. Should we use the Flamer? Yeah.
Doubt is for the weak. As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it.
Alright, Cassia. Is it worth moving it? I mean, it might be. Do anything. Well, I thought it probably wouldn't.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
shoot it.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Let's Argentus go. Might put on some burst on it. So what does this do?
Faith without deeds is worthless. I'll do it. That is not the Emperor's will. This is why I was chosen.
That was pretty good. Should do another one.
Doubt is for the weak.
Not bad. Not bad, Argenta. That'll do. Oh, crap. Okay, well, at least we did some big damage to it initially, because, yeah, this is all kicked off now.
Naturally.
Scal could do with a bit of healing. What's this desperate? I don't want to use the desperate measures, really.
For the throne's glory. But of course, Lord Captain.
Okay. This is a little worrying, actually. Some persistent fire damage on it.
Purpose guides me.
Give Argenta another turn. Why can she not burst fire? Oh god, it's a proximity thing, isn't it? Oh, for pity's sake. Do one of these then.
God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart.
Damn it. Hey.
Marking this incident down.
And that was, I think, although she hit Heinrichs, I think that was worth it because she did a load of damage.
Purpose guides me.
I think we'll go melee, seeing as we're here already. What about... That's it. I think that'll probably be a kill. That'll kill Argenta, so let's not do that. Alright, well that was good at least. Got rid of you. And I think I'll just... I guess we'll do one of these, but I don't know if it's even relevant for these guys. Or Abelard. Let's go over. Let's start with this one. Sworn enemy.
At your beck and call.
Oh, well, we've already got that, so that's not necessary. I guess we'll do this. Do a freebie.
I will do my duty.
Let's do this.
An exemplary strike.
Do it again. I can never do it again. Alright, I guess we'll endure as well. Here's Argenta.
Leave us. That's an order.
Cassia. Well, these guys, moving these guys around will have a bit more benefit, I think, so...
Me. Another foe painted black.
The bloody blue horrors. That's why I hate these pink horrors. They spawn others. Alright, let's,
If
do
I
that.
may.
Let's get this guy out of cover as well. And we'll move the melee one just so all these guys are in it. Oh, God. I wonder, we're not building momentum in this fight for some reason. They must be doing something to reduce it.
Let's see to it.
Holy crap, did it instantly kill some of those? Or did they just... No, they're just knocked down, aren't they? Okay.
I won't object to it.
Okay, let's heal me.
For the throne.
Oh, no, that's Cassia.
glory.
Whoops. Alright, endure.
Let's see to it.
Alright, none of these are on fire currently, so that's annoying. Can I give someone an extra turn? Cassia.
Destiny reshaped.
Me. If you insist, Lord Captain.
Holy terror, smite your enemies.
How did I with grace, at least?
Brace yourself, Abelard.
Sorry, Abelard, it was too good an opportunity to pass up, I think. I'll do another one. Sorry, Abelard.
Isn't this a job for the...
Time to prove my mettle.
Let's give someone else an extra turn. Let's give it to Abelard.
If only that were possible.
We can't. Pascal, then.
In the name of House Orphelio,
Pascal, come
I
and just
shall
beat the
prevail.
crap out of this thing. goes. So Cassia got it for her turn. We've got this one still. Let's give another turn to Pascal.
The scriptural prognosis is favorable. A significant value. Running binary override functions successfully.
Oof, okay, we're getting there, we're getting there. Set it on fire.
Purpose guides me. I need no guidance.
Keep it on fire. Now it's Pascal's turn, so I think we'll come and smack this thing about a bit as well. Is that it? That's it. Whew. That was a fight. Heinrich stares at the smouldering ashes of the Daemon and then looks at the destroyed cogitator. The furrow on his brow slowly smooths out. His face looks almost contented. The creation of chaos is no more. I hope the fabricator sensor did not have time to pass on the secrets of this creature to his associates. And I hope that the survivors down on the lower levels can hold on until we liberate Kiava Gamma. I saw something happen to you, Heinrich. What happened when you touched the machine? We'll talk about it later, but right now, I must thank you, Dahlia von Brunicus. Without your help and cooperation, I doubt I would have reached the depths of Kiava Gamma, and learned the truth behind my agent's dispatches and reports. I would never have ended up here, and I would never have succeeded in hampering the cult's activities. Dare I hope, esteemed interrogator, that your keen interest in this von Valancius world has been satisfied? Oh, apart from the fact that the world is still seized by the archenemy's corruption, its populace is infected with heresy, and the once sacred machines of its manufactorum have been turned into weapons against humanity? Quite satisfied, yes. My business on Kiava Gamma is concluded. It is time to return to the mission that brought you to this industrial world. The only thing I'll ask of you is an audience when we return to the ship. Heinrich bows his head to signal the conversation is over. Okay. Not great, but we'll live with it. But let's get the thing off.
When the faithful are
Abelard.
idle, heresy grows.
Where is he?
Let me tend to your wounds.
The healing is much appreciated.
There we go. Right. Well, there was no loot to speak of. In fact, I don't think there's any in here at all, is there? So, I guess we'll move on. That was a pretty tough one. I thought that was already a tough boss, and then it spawned all those pink horrors and stuff. Yeah, that could have gone badly. All right, well, let's go back to the this bit. Actually, does it have anything on this side? I didn't check that. I think I'd already been there, hadn't I? I want to kind of maybe go into this section that had the trap. I don't see another way to get to it. That's blocked off. Oh, I know. Aha. Right, let's just shoot that barrel, maybe. That cleared a path? Yeah. A sudden flash of insight, that might work.
I tread a path unexplored.
Oh, what have we got here? We've got this machine. Asking for access codes I do not have. This large device is a cargo lift for transporting parts.
Powers unseen uncover my path.
Duty prevails.
Alright, so, I mean, other than that, I guess there's not a lot to do unless we get some access codes we don't currently have.
Embrace true power.
I don't know how far I got. Oh, there's a Chaos Marine there. He's a chunky boy. Maybe we can do something to destroy... Like, they're on what could be an electrified floor. I wonder if we can do something about that before just walking in and starting a fight.
Trembles beneath my feet.
Because that's not nice. What about this door? Did I open this door before? I can't even remember now. Doesn't look like it.
Operation successful.
Okay, what's this then? The cogitator looks dead. Only a single lit lumen shows there is life within the machine. Bring my Elect 2 to the scanner. Several lumens light up on the panel. You hear distinct clicks and the cogitator goes quiet, clearly having fulfilled its purpose. We've lost a melter charge. Oh, please have electrified that floor. No? Secret room?
Empyrean guides
Ah.
my gaze.
Okay, well, we've got this.
How fascinating.
It's just one that's on the floor. Argenta. Argenta, I think you actually just set that off. But
Let us see
Intriguing.
what I found.
maybe try... No, hang on, hang on. Okay, just try and disarm. You've set off another one, haven't you? What was the point? Thick layer of dust is a telltale sign that this place has had very few visitors. Despite that, you can see faint footprints left by whoever came
Let's
last.
seize the opportunity.
All research cogitators are unpowered. This device, which bears an odd resemblance to both a cogitator and a furnace, reacts to your presence with a faint blink of its lights and an inscrutable binaric signal. The towering furnace, wreathed in scarlet light, fills you with awe. As you approach, the heavy thrum of ancient servo motors escapes from the machine's depths along with the crackling binaric undertones. The dust-covered keys are illuminated by faint pale glow. Input the code to disable the traps. The furnace responds with a short binaric signal that evokes the mechanical rustling of unseen switches. Request Theodora's data. Okay. Right, we've been poisoned. What was the point of all that?
I am not afraid to embrace the revelations that make others shriek and cover.
It's permanent.
That is the difference between me and ignorant filth.
Oh, rumbling builds up in the bowels of the furnace, growing stronger apace with the sound of ancient motors. The rumble is echoed by the screeching of metal gears and the clanging of unknown mechanisms. Slowly, almost hesitantly, the creation of the Adeptus Mechanicus disgorges a databank engraved with the coat of arms of House von Valancius. Okay, so we got it this time.
The world will bow.
I think we're going to have to go to the ship and get rid of this stuff, because it's a major hindrance. But what did we get? Storage device discovered in a hidden chamber of Kiava Gamma. The data it contains has been securely encrypted. Okay, I don't know what we do with all these. Alright, well...
Powers unseen uncover my path.
I think we're going to have to return to the ship, because if we're going to be fighting Chaos Space Marines and stuff, I don't really fancy doing that. with like everyone's got minus 15 weapon and ballistic skill. Yeah,
The world
okay.
trembles beneath my feet.
Got turned around, I think. Well, let's have a look at this one.
Perfection.
This eerie-looking makeshift structure is an altar to Tsinch. Amidst the revolting totems and twisted symbols dedicated to the Chaos God, you notice a string of 9s burned into the metal surface. String of 9s.
Embrace true power.
I wonder if... I don't suppose that's given me the codes I need for this thing, has it?
Intriguing.
No. Okay. Well, I think we'll return to the ship. We've got a little shortcut here at least.
I tread a path unexplored.
It's actually not that far. I think it's just up here. Yeah, it looks familiar. Yeah, I basically just, I didn't start the recording again. I basically just travelled to the ship, came back, nothing happened. We just lost some of those debuffs, which weren't very nice. But I think probably what I'm going to do is just leave it there for now. When we come back, we'll head further into the Manufactorum and maybe fight a Chaos Space Marine. I was kind of hoping we'd find a way to maybe electrify that floor or something. Kill him without having to fight him directly, but maybe we'll do that. But yeah, thanks very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, if you could hit the thumbs up button, that'd be great. Leave me a comment. Let me know how you think the game's going so far. And if you're watching this and haven't already subscribed to the channel, it'd be amazing if you could do that as well. So thanks very much, and I hope to see you next time for more Rogue Trader. Bye for now.